Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Jim Zub, the writer of Rick and Morty vs. Cthulhu, and this is the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello, everyone. You say there's no new heroes? Well, we're going to give you some warriors. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales. I am Phil, and that's young man skating in armor. It is
Justin the Owl, swooping back into the 90s.
The Owl Warrior.
I thought about doing the Owl Thrasher, but then that would be...
Oh my. That's right, kids, guys. This time we're going to cover the first 4 issues of that original New Warriors run from the 90s. The heroes for the 90s.
Marvel's own Teen Titans.
That's right. Although for a while it was the X-Men.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was quite the trip down memory lane.
Yeah, definitely. And it's aged well. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
All of these have aged very well, yeah.
Yeah, that's Fabian. He's a pretty good writer. And of course, yeah. I mean, one of my favorite all-time artists, Mr. Mark Bagley.
Yes. Absolutely. 2 great creators and a great creative team. Yeah, this is great stuff. I really, when I was a kid, I was super happy because for a while, Marvel was coming out with all of these new books, like the New Warriors. Guardians of the Galaxy had just relaunched. Mm-hmm. And then there were some new characters that came shortly thereafter, like Darkhawk and Sleepwalker, that were very different and cool. And I was so thrilled because all these new things were launching, and the John Byrne Namor had just started. So I was really living in hog heaven in 1991. Yeah, I was having so much fun with comics. Yeah, I was happy in 90 and 91 with Marvel. They were doing all the right things.
Oh yeah. All right. All right. Let's get started with the first one. Which, okay, kids. They had already appeared in Thor 411, but this takes place. The first issue takes place before that, so this is how they banded together.
This is a bit of a precursor, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so New Warriors number 1 from July 1990, from the ground up. Like I said, writer Fabian Nicieza, penciler Mark Bagley, inker Al Williamson, colors Mike Rockwitz, letterer Michael Heisler, and editors Danny Fingeroth and Eric Feen. Yeah, so everyone's favorite Danny Fingeroth, kids. Give you the roll call right there on the cover. I love how we open it up. It just starts with Night Thrasher holding someone off a roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like answer the question, and then it's like, "Are you Richard Rider?" It's like, "Whoa, wait, what? It's Nova."
What? Yeah. And Nova hadn't been around for a while before this, at least for a decade.
Something. He had lost his power, so yeah.
Yeah. So it had been a long time since anybody had even talked about Nova.
Yeah, because originally they had created him as he was kind of almost like a Spider-Man type character, except he had these alien powers or whatever. So
yeah. He was almost like a combination between Spider-Man and Green Lantern because of the way that he got his powers from the dying alien that crashed on Earth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. I liked that Nova series from the 70s. I thought that was super fun stuff. But I guess they didn't use him in the 80s because they had a different Nova who was the female version, Frankie Ray, who became the Herald of Galactus. So I think she took the name of Nova after he lost his powers, and she was around for a while.
So I think that's why we kind of gave him the name Kid Nova for a while.
Kid Nova, yes. Yeah.
Even though, was he college age at this point, or calling Kid Nova?
I was going to say, yeah. Yeah, he was a little bit too old to be called Kid.
I just love Night Thrasher holding him off the roof. He goes, "Are you Richard Rider?" "Yeah, thanks." He drops him.
Just drops him. And he's like, "Wait a minute, how did you know I'd get my powers back?" After he flies back up. He's like, "I didn't know."
What, you could have killed me? Maybe, but I didn't.
I didn't.
Speedball's just like, drop it. Okay, who was thinking that day when they created that character? Richard Rider? I think that's on Justin's hard drive somewhere.
Yeah. Definitely Pornhub calling. I think I've got that one bookmarked.
Oh, damn.
I love that Richard Rider. It makes me laugh so much. It's such a Marvel name, but at the same time, it's like they weren't thinking it through when they did it.
No, you wanted that alliteration, but I don't think you put the thought into that name.
They should have had a couple of tryouts first. Yeah.
Excelsior!
And I love this next sequence with Marvel Boy trying to waltz his way into the Avengers mansion, and he gets immediately coiled up by all of the security systems. Captain America comes out and shakes his hand, and he's like, "You're too young. Why don't you come back in a few years?"
I know. And then he's like, it's kind of like you have to explain. It's like, well, I'm kind of the younger version of that guy in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. And he's like, you follow all this, Cap? And he's like, yeah, I've been around a bunch.
There you go. We could do Advance Astro month. Have 2 weeks of New Warriors and 2 weeks of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, I'd love that. Yeah, that was another thing that was cool because in 1 month you saw the Adventures of Vance when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
In another month you saw like this alternate parallel universe version of him from the far future. So cool.
So I think there was something happened in a Marvel 2-in-1 or something with Ben Grimm. I think where it's like, a certain event happened, so then they realize it's like, oh well, older Vance is like an alternate time, alternate future, and it's not this kid's future.
Right. Yeah, because the Guardians of the Galaxy, that whole future that they came from, I think is a parallel.
Yeah,
it's like an alternate future. Yeah,
guess they don't want to let that doom and gloom future, but it's like it's 1,000 years in the future. Like we're gonna be, we're gonna be able to say, oh yeah, that never happened.
Yeah, it is a bit of a doom and gloom future. Yeah, the Earth getting invaded and all the heroes getting wiped out. Yeah, but
although I don't know what the Marvel's gonna do when it actually becomes 2099. But
well, they're already setting plans in motion because they've got Alchemax going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a new Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe.
So Cap basically gives Vance the boot, but then there's Night Thrasher and Nova, and Night Thrasher's like, you want to join a group, do you?
It just so happens we have a place for you here.
And Nova Nova gets a new costume because he's not in the Nova Corps anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
That red one.
I still don't know what that was about. Yeah. He didn't have it for very long, though, if you noticed that.
Yeah.
That red and gold costume. So 5 issues, maybe, and then he switched it.
Then we go to Queens. And this class from Empire State University, including one apprentice named Namorita, the Submariner's cousin.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
My favorite biscuit.
I was going to say, it's my turn now, kids. Namorita. Imperius wrecks my bed.
Did you have a thing for Namorita back in the day?
She is very easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Who doesn't love a big, tall, strong blonde anyway?
Man, look at all that hair.
Yeah, Mark Bagley drew her wonderfully.
Yeah.
She was so great in this, so great.
I love that whole family. Like their superhero costumes are just bathing suits. I know they come from the water, but it's just like, okay.
Yeah, well, it's practical,
Yeah. Then this one guy takes an interest. Like, the Submariner's cousin, fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Rosen. Then we go back to Manhattan where Yes, we see Night Thrasher has his own skyscraper.
Yeah, he has a bit of a Batman thing going on. His parents were murdered when he was a kid.
Yep.
And so now he has this dude who kind of is like his own personal Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about how he recruited everybody for the group because they find the name of Firestar. And Nova said, "You hacked into the Fantastic Four systems?" And Night Thrasher said, "I can't get into the FF systems. They're too advanced." That means he tried.
It's like, don't be ridiculous. No. Reed Richards said his results to S.H.I.E.L.D. I hacked S.H.I.E.L.D.
I love that. It's so funny. S.H.I.E.L.D. was the one that, was able to get hacked.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even Marvel Boy's like, did you find out about me? He's like, nah, I pay off that hot dog vendor outside of Vendor's Mansion. He told me when you showed up. I mean, that guy, I don't know why that guy's so, well, I guess because that's the way he's making his money. But Night Thrasher says he gives that guy $500 a month to tell him,
yeah.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah.
For 1990, yeah.
Tell me, anyone who comes and goes from Avengers Mansion, it's just like...
Yeah. Everyone? Wow, some days that could be busy.
Day 2, the Wasp showed up with more shopping bags.
Right. Oh, they were having a big Avengers meeting. Everybody showed up today.
The Avengers went on a mission, and then Jarvis had one of his huge butler parties.
If this mansion's a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Oh my. But yeah, then we see like Thrasher basically calls Firestar and it's like, we know who you are.
Yeah. Blackmails her over the phone.
I know.
Real cool way to get her help, huh?
Come to the Ambrose building. 30 minutes. And then in Springdale, New York, we see someone no one's thinking about, Speedball.
Yes, the final member of our cast. Yeah.
And unlike
he's mad because his mom's dragging him to some art exhibit.
Yeah, she's like, we can look for your new TV. But unlike his appearance in Evolutionary War, he's got a mullet here.
Yes, yeah. This is a little bit after that, so he's had time to grow that out.
The 90s begin here, kids.
Yeah, 90s mullets. Here we go.
But then back in Queens, we see this whole experiment where they're doing something to the ground, and because supposedly there's this weird radioactive trace in the ground, but they find out too late. Yes, it's the return of Terrax the Tamer.
Terrax the Tamer, yeah.
After his supposed death in John Burns' FF.
Yeah, which was a while before this. Wasn't it like 5 or 6 years before this, at least? Yeah, so he had been gone for a while, too.
Yeah, here, let me look that up. Because that was Fantastic Four 260. So I thought that was interesting. It's like, a Fabian, it's a known Marvel figure who's been gone for a while.
Yeah, and a pretty big villain, too. Like, he's a heavy hitter, like a former Herald of Galactus, who took on a lot of big names. Yeah.
So the New Warriors was 1990, right?
Yeah.
FF 260 was November 1983.
83?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
End of 83. So almost 7 years.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I love that he brought him back. What a great way to bring him back, too, in this story.
I know.
Just kind of reassembling himself out of all the earth.
Yeah, and Namorita goes to fight him, starts stripping. Yeah!
Yeah, there we go. There you go, Phil. Just getting those little wing... Those little ankle wings are flapping away.
Exactly.
Double time.
Then we go back to the rest of the team. You sure Firestar is going to appreciate your tactics, Thrasher? He doesn't care, Marvel Boy.
And she almost blasts him off of the thing.
Like,
who are you? How did you find out about me?
Look, no, but Marvel Boy, that's Firestar? It was his idea. You want to join our group? Thrasher, it seemed like the easiest way to get you here. You could have tried asking.
And of course, right at that moment, there's the big earthquake.
Yeah, it feels like yeah.
And so they check it out, and I love this part too, the dialogue between Night Thrasher and Firestar. He says, "Can you carry me all the way to Queens?" And Firestar says, "Gee, I'm not really sure. I guess we'll find out somewhere over the East River." That's good.
I love the police priority code is 666 for this.
Yes, yeah.
It's something they can't handle, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, these four decide to check it out, and then we see Namorita's already trying to stop Terrax.
And this dialogue from Terrax is so funny. "Who are you, Earth Pig, to confront me alone? Are you a suicidal fleshling?" Yeah, it's so funny. He's a great Marvel villain, this Terrax.
Yeah, because
calling people Earth Pigs. Yeah,
Namorita's just like basically trying to hit him or tackle him, and he's just throwing Earth and just picking up cars with the Earth and throwing them at her.
Yeah, he reforges his axe of vengeance.
Oh yeah, I love Namorita. Where's my cousin when I need him? Or the Avengers, or Wolfpack even.
Wolfpack, yeah. That made me laugh too. I hadn't thought about Wolfpack in a hot minute.
That's like classic dialogue. I was waiting, because sometimes people, I think, was it Spider-Man? There would be people would be like, "Okay, anybody can come help me, even Power Pack. Come on."
Yeah, anyone.
But then Terrax basically recreates his axe of Oh god. From the Earth, he creates his Axe of Vengeance, AXE.
Hint, yeah.
And then
that's when the rest of the team shows up.
Well, first Speedball sees this all going on TV, and I love, he has his mom, hey mom, can I go to Queens and fight a psychic supervillain with a bunch of pubescent superheroes? She goes, "Oh, of course, of course, honey." Think he's being
of course,
stupid.
honey.
So he runs that door and says, "Technically, she told me I could go."
I love that.
And then trips over this guy pushing some stuff out of the store, and he's like, "Thanks, mister." Turns on his kinetic field and bounces away. But yeah, the rest.
Yeah, this is a great battle too.
Oh yeah, Terrax just like bashing Nova away, and Thrasher's telling Firestar to take out the axe.
Yeah, and they notice that he doesn't like heat.
The axe says, "I won't be burned to death again."
That's won't be burned to death again.
Yeah. The Fantastic Four editor's note, and then Namorita, don't take out your old grudges on us.
He also doesn't like being removed from the Earth for too long, like taken from from physical contact with the Earth, as Namorita discovers. She picks him up and starts flying with him, and then he makes this funny noise. He's like, "Hogj, yeah." I love that. It's like Hogj.
And Thrasher's basically coming at him with a skateboard.
Yeah. All these superpowered types are blasting him or punching him with a super strength, and he's just racing. Night Thrasher's just racing around him with a skateboard and throwing smoke bombs at him. You got to give him credit though, for he was making an effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, the others are attacking him, and then Speedball shows up. Just starts.
Yeah. And here was the coolest part. I love this part because Marvel Boy uses his telekinesis to kind of envelop Speedboy in like a field.
Oh yeah, because he's like, Speedball's field's chipping away at Terrax. So he's like, let me pull him in a telekinetic field, let him build that field up, and then it just basically blasts him with the field.
It release it all and chews the Terrax up to bits, and I loved that part. I thought that was so cool.
Speedball, anyone get the number of the dermatologist that hit me? So they're basically like, what now? And Night Thrasher's like, he keeps using the ground soil to replenish himself. So yeah, Nova and Namorita grab him and just pull him up into the sky.
They hurl him up high enough, and he explodes.
Yep.
Yeah, but he'll be back. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, because they're like, "Yo, Night Thrasher knew we'd kill him," and they're just, and Rosen's just like, it's like, no, he was like, he was a sentient energy form. Yeah, he was just a sentient energy form that required constant ground soil replenishment.
So it wasn't really alive at all. You could think of it that way.
Good old Galactus. I need a herald. You can't die.
Well, it makes it easier,
Yeah.
rather than getting a new one.
It's like, you can't kill these guys. It's like Sandman. It's like he always disperse them. He was eventually going to pull himself back together.
Right. Yeah. When they have a power like that, it's it's pretty much impossible.
But that's when the Avengers show up, Cap, She-Hulk, and Quasar.
Quasar, your favorite.
Yes. Wish he had like dialogue or done something, but yes.
Yeah. They just kind of come in to survey the damage and then walk away. Yeah.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
Settle down, Will. Will don't like it. But yeah,
and I love Speedball. He goes, "Sure, no problem. You can handle all the hard stuff. You know, the press, the adulation, the glory, the drooling female fans."
I know the new Warriors are based like, we did everything, and they're just going to come in and sweep in and get all the credit.
Yeah. He says, "We could be the Legion of Substitute Avengers."
But no, it was like telling Marvel Boy, he's like, "Why are you like kissing up to him?" And he's like, "Hey, he's Captain America." He's like, "Yeah," and he's as much as wiped your nose when you tried joining the Avengers this morning. I love Speedball. Cap dumped on you too, me too.
It's so good.
But then Thrasher's like, "We don't need the Avengers." He's thinking, "I would have preferred 4 because now we have 6."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we can be a team. We can fight the kind of crime they never touch. We can make a difference. Are you with me? Of course, they do the old put their hands in.
Yeah, the old classic. Yeah,
but they're looking for a name. Speedball says, the name he heard them calling them on the TV, New Warriors. So,
yep, they stick with it.
Late Thrasher. That's it. End of discussion.
Oh yeah. At the beginning of a legend.
How dare you, Russell? New Warriors, huh? Really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Not true.
No!
We love the New Warriors.
When we do NFL Super Pro, we'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
That's right. That's the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Which I don't need. Unless you're willing to pay an arm and a leg, I don't think you could track those down easily.
Yeah. It's weird, and they never reprinted them either, which is hilarious.
Again, there's probably rights issues with the NFL and stuff.
There's got to be, yeah.
I was going to say we could probably pull a little Hellfire and sail the high seas for those NFL Super Pro issues just to read them, and I don't think anyone, I don't think anyone, including the creators, would blame us.
Yeah. I don't think so at all. They're like, "No, we don't want you paying that much money for those."
Russell, when's the Marvel Elf show?
Oh yeah. Now that could definitely be rebooted. Put on a Disney Plus show for a new generation. Totally.
Oh, I thought maybe he was saying, when are we doing the Elf Marvel issues?
Oh yeah.
That thing had 50 issues. I mean, that could be like a month or so more. Ouch.
Yeah. We'd have to do a chunk of those at a time.
Hey, we talked to Annual where we met the High Evolutionary, Russell. What more do you want?
You're right. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Speedball, like I didn't know his power set yet. Then I asked someone who was reading some Speedball. I was like, does he have the powers of the Fantastic Four or something? So I was like, he looks a little like Johnny Storm. Those orange bubbles kind of reminded me of Ben Grimm. I'm like, is he like another Super Skrull or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I had no clue what his powers were when I first saw him the first time. I thought, wow, what's going on here?
Like he has that blue leotard, looks like an FF costume. I'm like, it just looks like something like he should have the powers of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. His costume does look very Fantastic Four-esque.
I'm looking at the last page there of the 6 of them, and I'm like, I don't think there's one person there who doesn't get a costume change sometime in the next few years here.
That's true. All of them do undergo very drastic costume changes. Firestar, I think it took the longest, and I was most irked by that because I can't stand her plain Jane, just yellow bodysuit costume. I thought that was so basic and so terrible looking. But I loved the one that she got after with the black jacket and the yellow visor. I was like, yeah, that was more 90s.
1990s, kid. She got a jacket.
Yeah. She got a black jacket. But the whole black accent on the costume I thought looked cool. And I don't know. I thought it was a vast improvement over this.
Did they want to not mess with her costume for the longest time because was she kind of the most famous one on that team because thanks to Spider-Man and his amazing friends?
I think so. Yeah. And when I was a kid, I remembered that immediately from the cartoon.
And she kind of had a mini series that spun out of X-Men. So again, Firestar was the most popular, the most well-known household name on this team at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Namorita had been around a bit, but not as much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speedball. Yeah. Speedball had a what? He had a series or something, but yeah, he should.
Yeah.
Showed up in like Evolutionary War and stuff.
Yeah, and Nova, like we said, had his own series.
Yeah, like
but
the 70s.
hadn't been seen for a long time.
I was gonna say, Night Thrasher, I think, was the first only completely new character here.
Yeah.
Yes, we're up early, Noel. Trying to get some stuff done.
That's right.
All right, should we move on to the next issue?
Yeah, issue number 2.
Which was kind of a change in tone. Well, again, we're focusing pretty much just on Night Thrasher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a much more darker kind of street level story, you could say.
New Warriors number 2, August 1990. Mirror Moves. It looks like I was going to say the same team, but colorist we got Andy Yanchis. I think everyone else is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Why, thank you, Noel. We appreciate the positivity. God, who? It takes a wrestle to be like, oh boy, Noel's the positive one. All right, so yeah, this one is weird because it's like we get a bunch of origin for Night Thrasher.
And a lot of his backstory
and his old partner Midnight's Fire.
Yeah, Midnight's Fire. Yeah,
I don't know if that's like just like that crappy band name or.
It does sound like a 1990 band name, doesn't it?
Like a softcore porn, something. It's something you see on Cinemax at like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yes. Skinemax after dark.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a special on that on Salty and Penny because we had little Kiel still keep saying, yeah, remember when you used to try, if you didn't have it and your parents didn't get it and you had to try to watch it through the wavy lines, like, yeah.
Oh, I just saw a boob. Cool.
I know. It's like, wait a minute. Wait, was that a boob? Oh no, that's her elbow. Okay.
Oh no, that was a butt cheek. Oh, okay. Oh, now they're going in the tub. I can see bubbles.
Who is Midnight's Fire and why does Night Thrasher fear him? At the beginning of this issue, we see a mysterious figure. Take that. Cop. Yeah, like got this gang taking some merchandise out of this warehouse. What's going on? Then meanwhile, the New Warriors are training.
They have their own little prototype danger room going on here.
I think by the 90s, a lot of teams had some kind of training room like this. Of course, the X-Men made it famous, but then it's like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four. I think everyone kind of had. Yeah, everyone stole that idea.
Yeah. And you get the feeling that this group is pretty rusty right off the beginning. They've got some work to do before they're a polished fighting unit. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, but then again, especially when the old lady comes barging in, what's her name? Ty.
Ty. She almost gets clocked by Speedball and Nova.
Yeah, so those two ricochet off each other, and then Speedball ricochets and then Namorita, who's about to get crushed by this giant machine until Marvel Boy catches it.
And Cord's like, do they have any idea how much that equipment costs? Yeah.
But yeah, Cord's like, this better be good, Ty. It's like, look at this. It's like, no.
The reason she barged in is because the Daily Bugle has reported that those cops were killed by somebody, and a note was left by them that says, thrashed by the night.
Thrashed by the night.
I think that's also a porn.
Oh yeah, I think there's some issue. Was it? I don't know if it was a New Warriors issue, but someone does make that alliteration where it sounds. Oh, was it Round Robin? It was like someone's like, yeah, we can take that from a guy whose name sounds like he has naughty nighttime dreams or something.
It might have been from Round Robin. Yeah, I love that.
Then we get the flashback of how, Night Thrasher met the, Midnight's Fire and his sister, Silhouette.
Who we will see a lot of after this issue, actually.
Yeah, keep her on her, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a gang basically,
Yes.
and Night Thrasher joins them, and he falls in love with Silhouette.
Oh yeah, it's like yeah, I wasn't sure about Midnight's Fire because he's all violent and stuff, but Silhouette on the other hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were basically doing something here, and the cop stops him, draws the gun, and it's like, yeah, Night Thrasher's like, you can't kill a cop, keeping holding back Midnight's Fire. Then shots get fired, Silhouette gets hit.
And it looks like she's dead.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, Midnight's Fire is cradling her body, and he says, "You will pay for this, Night Thrasher. Midnight's Fire will have his revenge."
He didn't even want to give them his real name, Dwayne. So he's just like, yeah, that's how he comes. I think that's when he comes up with Night Thrasher, even though he doesn't have a suit or nothing yet.
So they have to call them that every time.
Yeah.
Hey, Night Thrasher.
Oh my God, him and Silhouette. Oh, Night Thrasher.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
I love it.
imagine if the throes of passion, Justin, you had to call your lover a name of many, many syllables.
I think I would start laughing before I was able to get it all out.
Especially if it's Thrasher.
Thrasher, yeah. Oh yeah, thrash it.
I guess that was the comic code save version of we can't do Night Thruster or something.
Thruster.
Sunday morning, kids.
Wholesome entertainment for the whole family.
This ain't your Saturday morning cartoons, kids, or your Sunday either. But yeah, Midnight's Fire scars his face. Scars Night Thrasher's face. So
that's where he got his distinctive scar. Yeah, and Night Thrasher is still scared of this guy. He thinks he's stronger and faster than him. That he'll kill him if he confronts him. So we actually see this guy actually show fear.
Oh yeah, and Nova's like all mad. He's like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "You're afraid of him? You let him kill three cops because you're scared? You should reconsider this line of work." So yeah, the others go out and
yeah, we'll go clean up your mess, Night Thrasher.
That's what Cord said. He's like, they barely trust you, but they're still going out to clean up your mess.
Yeah.
And then we see Rosen and the boys at Gene Tech basically taking an interest in the new Warriors.
Yeah. They're watching the footage of the fight between them and Terrax.
Yep. And then they're going to be bringing in experts, someone to do a job discreetly. A mad thinker, if you will.
Yes. Who we will see very soon.
So I love the new Warriors trying to drop Midnight's Fire. Basically, Firestar's just like lighting up Chinatown.
Yeah. If this doesn't draw him out, nothing will.
Standing on top of the building with the lone duck Cantonese cuisine. Yeah, Midnight Fire shows up and basically just like dancing around them. That's when Night Thrasher shows up in a helicopter.
Makes a very dramatic entrance with his line coming out of the helicopter.
Yep.
And they go right at it immediately.
Yeah, Midnight's Fire's like, let me show you what I can do without toys. It's basically beating them, and then Firestar and Marvel won't want to go down, and Namorita's like, no. We'll only interfere if it's unavoidable. It has to be Thrasher's fight.
This is his fight.
He's like, I gotta use my board. A skateboard, you insult me.
Yeah, he punches right through it.
Yeah. It's like throws magnesium bursts that blind him, and
he's about to strangle him too. He's got the garrote wire out.
Yep.
But then we see Silhouette appears.
Yes.
She's alive.
She's alive. She's yes, her legs are crippled, but yes, she is alive.
Yeah. So she was paralyzed by the bullets. And then also some of Midnight's Fire's gang appears with some really 90s high-tech weaponry applied by
AIM.
AIM, the Advanced Idea Mechanics.
Yes, at this point, I think AIM had got out of the World Concrete business themselves. That now they just supply equipment to anyone who has the money.
Right.
They went from we don't need to conquer the world anymore. We just
we need the money,
That's right. Lay it on.
But they're like, release Midnight's Fire, we'll start shooting into the crowd. And the crowd's like, wait a minute, we pay these guys protection money. What?
Yeah. And Midnight's Fire even says, don't shoot at the people, shoot at the warriors.
Yep, which they start doing.
Yeah.
I love Namorita goes, what a bunch of turkeys, Nova. Well, that means we can divvy up the legs and the wings, and then just tear Speedball real little. I said, I'm a breast man myself. But yeah,
so good.
Yeah, these weapons, yeah, they shoot Nova. I mean, I don't know if they hurt him, but they basically put a big chunk out of the front of his costume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those weapons are no joke. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they are just a bunch of street gang guys, so they're not the most proficient with aim level weapons, and they're able to be dispatched pretty easily.
So Midnight's Fire and Night Thrasher are still going at it, and then the crowd just starts like throwing bottles and stuff at Midnight's Fire and be like, you lied to us.
Yeah, they're not happy that he took the aim equipment, that he did all that in the name of protecting the people.
Mm-hmm. And then Night Thrasher basically has Midnight's Fire down and basically slides that knife out and it's like, let me show you a whole new meaning to the term losing face. He's gonna give him the Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, a guy who runs around in a white outfit relieving people of their facial features.
Thank you, Jed McKay.
Friend of the show, Jed McKay.
Yes. Friend of everyone's show, Jed McKay.
Yes. Yeah, he gives Midnight's Fire a matching scar.
Oh, yeah, because everyone's like, is he going to kill him? He's going to kill me. Oh, gives him the scar.
Yeah.
Because he says, you look just like me now. Every time you look in the mirror, you'll see the same mark you left me. You'll see a reflection of me.
And Nova says, would you have killed him if we didn't stop you? And Night Thrasher says, yes, no, you decide. And Nova said, that's not good enough. And Night Thrasher said, that's as good as you're going to get from me. And he just walks away.
So, the meta commentary, it's like, yes, no, you decide.
Yeah.
You readers decide.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a good issue, but it seems so weird. It's like, I guess we're already doing a solo Night Thrasher thing. But again, he's like we don't hardly know anything about him at this point.
Yeah. I liked that they gave a little bit of his origin story. Because we wouldn't get the whole origin until much later, but we got enough of it to be more interested in this new character. Because I was like, oh, this is cool. I mean, I can see the Batman parallels, but he is unique. He's original. I liked the whole aspect that he was kind of running with a gang before, and a little bit of a checkered past. I like that. I really enjoyed that, and the fact that Silhouette was still alive and we got to see her. Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
All right. You ready for the next one? This
number 3?
Yes. New Warriors number 3. He's here, kids.
I am, therefore I think.
Yes. September 1990. I am, therefore I think. Jeez.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we got the same team here.
I think a new inker joins.
Oh, we're kind of like we're kind of like jumping inkers. Yeah, well, Larry Molstead.
Yeah, I think Michael Heisler, the letter. I think everybody else is the same.
Yeah.
But I think Larry Molstead stayed on this pretty regularly from here on out for a while as the inker. Yeah.
All right, so this one opens up again at Gene Tech, where this time they're watching footage of the Warriors versus Juggernaut.
Yes, from when they teamed up with Thor. Yeah. Yep.
Which was interesting because I figured we'd be like, you get some kind of editor's note, but nope.
Yeah, no, they didn't left that out of there. They have fact files on all of the members.
Yep.
But obviously incomplete because they don't know enough about them. That's when they introduced their freelance consultant for the job.
Oh, yes.
Thinker and his android assistant, Primus.
Primus, yes. Last scene during JMD Mateus' Captain America.
Yes. I love Primus.
Yes.
Such a cool character, yeah.
Just so weird because last time he was seen, he'd been trying to impersonate Steve Rogers. Now I guess he's trying to find his own identity here.
Yeah. Trying to find out what being human actually means. Yeah.
So basically, yeah, he's going to test the new warriors. See him set a trap for Namorita in the Empire State University pool here.
Yeah. Yeah, she goes for a swim, and has a rude encounter with Primus in the pool.
Oh, yeah. He's basically...
I apologize for causing you discomfort, Miss Prentice.
But yeah, even the Thinker's like, yeah, the sensation of pain will pass. He gives her a message on Friday at 10. Go to the spot where you forge the will to fight those who would abuse the ecosphere, and you will have the answers. It's basically going to give everyone this kind of message like this.
Meet me here at sundown.
Then we see Speedball, who's basically just wants to get away from his bickering parents.
Yeah, they're always fighting, constantly. I think, his dad's a lawyer and his mom's an artist, so there you go.
That's what he said. He's like, I'll make them both happy. Become a sketch artist for court.
And that's when he gets ensnared by Primus in midair, and the Thinker has a hold of his cat, Niels.
Yes, who also has the same powers.
Yeah. Or not? I guess it's Niels. But I love that cat. That was always one of my favorite aspects of Speedball, was that he had a bouncing cat too.
But yeah, it basically says, if you want more information, go to the second most important spot in your life. This Friday at 10. Primus becomes a motorcycle?
With a face on it.
Oh, then we get Night Thrasher meeting with Silhouette again.
Yeah, they're having lunch in Chinatown, or breakfast, I guess, in the morning.
And this figure comes in and basically just throws a throwing star. And you're like, I predict this young man you're with is really the mysterious Night Thrasher.
It grabs him and throws him against the wall.
Yep, good. But then after he leaves, we see it was really Primus, because the Mad Thinker had a theory which was correct. He's like, yeah, this guy has no powers.
Yeah. He goes, you seem to have enjoyed yourself.
But yeah, he gets the Friday at 10 p.m. message too. Then they track Richard down to the gym.
The gym, yeah. He's getting
quitting the gym,
bullied by a bunch of toxic masculinity himbos. Talking about, you can't hack it at the gym, Ryder, blah, blah, blah. And then he grabs one of the barbells off one of the guys that's lifting, just lifts it with one hand.
Yeah. Then he's talking to like the receptionist, basically like, oh, hey, take care, call me sometimes. He's like, brainless but built. Maybe I will call her. And let's point out he also has a 90s ponytail. So
yes, yep, and the round sunglasses, yeah, and a belly shirt.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Oh
yes,
man, Richard, yikes!
Oh my!
Give me some eye candy here.
Richard Rider, indeed. So,
Nova After Dark.
Hey man, there's something in here for anyone, man. Everyone,
Absolutely.
man. Richard Rider's wearing the belly shirt. Namorita was once again this time in a purple bathing suit in the pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skimpy, super skimpy.
You see all kinds of back. Yeah.
That's true. There is something for everybody in this.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. Bagley can draw some attractive characters here.
Absolutely.
And then Firestar making breakfast for her dad using her powers.
I love that. She just grabs the plate and it's instantly hot. Boils the coffee with a touch. Yeah, it's so cool.
So basically, yeah, she goes out with her friends, go to the beach, and meets the Mad Thinker and Primus, who's basically dressed just like the Mad Thinker, has the same hair and everything.
Yeah, even like mimicking his smile almost in his facial features, or at least trying to, making an attempt at it anyways.
Basically, it gives her the same 10 p.m. Friday message.
Yeah.
Oh boy, then Marvel Boy.
Yeah, this is some pretty heavy stuff going on here.
Yeah, discovers his dad was reading his journal, and it's all about the new warriors, and he's like, how dare you go out using your muty powers, and
yeah.
Basically goes to hit him, and he's like, no, you promised if I came home you wouldn't be hitting me again, because he basically pins him to the ceiling.
I liked how the Mad Thinker says, I don't like the father's tone of voice. You may have to interfere, Primus.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, cool. He's going to go in there and stick up for him. But he didn't need to because
Nope.
Vance did it. He's like, "You're not going to hit me again." He slams him right up against the wall.
Yeah, but I mean, this does get later on, kids. This does get.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is just the beginning of this story.
Oh yeah, this becomes a big storyline. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And one of my favorites actually in the New Warriors. I really loved that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then he gets the 10 p.m. Friday 10 p.m. message just on his computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once again, you only get Marvel Boy in a towel here.
Yeah,
Justin,
that was some good eye candy. Absolutely. You better believe in 1990 I was all over that.
But then we get to Friday at 10 p.m. Namorita's the first one to show up in her costume.
Mm-hmm.
There's some belly. I was going to say in issue 1, I don't think she was showing belly, but she's showing belly here, kids.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, her costume changed a little bit too. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah. But yeah, she looks good.
And then I guess Nova shows up. I guess he didn't replace that shirt from the last issue because he's basically just wearing a tank top.
Tank top, yeah. Which again, I'm not complaining about. Like, yeah, that works for me.
But he did find one that matches the rest of his costume. So.
Yeah. Same shade of red. Nice.
Then Night Thrasher shows up, and Firestar and Marvel Boy show up, and some of them are like, "Oh, is it those same two characters?" And
they go to attack him, and then all of a sudden, Primus metamorphoses into this massive monster.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
he basically tells Thinker tells him, it was hired by Gene Tech to check him out and stuff, and
but he's having doubts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Thrasher's like, you manipulated us, endangered us, and given some corporate scums the chance to create an army of supervillains. We can't let that happen.
So he hits him, and it looks like the Mad Thinker's head flies right off of his shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Which sends Primus into a mad rage. He thinks that they've killed the Mad Thinker, who's essentially his dad, I guess you could say, and turns again into a monster and attacks the New Warriors and lays right into him. He's like, I'll kill you all!
But then the Mad Thinker's head says, Primus, stop. It's like, what? I've projected my mind into this android simulacrum. My whole body is quite safe.
Yeah, he's actually locked up in jail. He's doing all of this remotely from jail.
Because Speedball has just shown up and he's holding the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we actually saw the real Mad Thinker out of prison. I swear.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Especially in the 90s, I don't think he actually made unless they showed him in his prison cell. Every appearance he made against superheroes in the 90s, I think we're all in these android bodies.
Yeah, I think so too. The only time I remember seeing him out of the prison cell was in like the 70s or like early 80s stuff.
He's basically just like, it wasn't me, I was here the whole time.
Yeah. Ironclad alibi. Yeah, but he tells them that he had misgivings about Gene Tech's intentions.
Yeah. But they're talking about arresting him, and he's like, you have no proof I did anything illegal. I'm like, didn't you attack Namorita? Well, I guess you could shift all the blame to Primus, but,
Yeah.
Her, Night Thrasher, I guess, you can shift the blame to Primus, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he gives him that, and then Primus walks off with the head.
Carrying the body in the head. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me you were a robot? Why do you think?
So, yeah, the Warriors are talking, and then basically Night Thrasher's like, I know just where to start, because, yep, they're going to Gene Tech, kids.
Yep.
All right, so what you think, Justin?
I really enjoyed this. I liked the thing. We got to see a glimpse into the characters' lives through the Mad Thinker's eyes.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. That was a cool way to do that. Because you got a bit more of origin stories for these characters as well. For readers like me who didn't really know a whole lot about Marvel Boy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know really much about Firestar. It was cool to see these little glimpses into their lives and kind of build that backstory for some of these characters. Because it makes you care more about them and more about what happens to them. And yeah, it makes them more human and more relatable. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, the Night Thrasher issue was good, but I do like, when the group gets together and fights a villain, like the Terrax stuff and the Mad Thing.
Yeah, me too. Or when they face another team, as we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love the team versus team battles. I have a real weakness for those. Super team versus super team.
And you get those classic covers, when they're just like running at each other. Yeah.
Yes. That's my jam. I love those. Yeah.
All right. You ready for 4?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Cyanex.
Yes. New Warriors number 4, October 1990. Gene Tech Potential. Larry Maltsted's back, still here on Inkers. Yeah, so I think we've set the team now. Same team as last issue. Oh, these 90s names: Mathemaniac, Coronary, Impulse, Asylum, and Pretty Persuasions.
Pretty Persuasions, yeah.
And yes, kids, she's everything her name says she is. Yes,
absolutely. Yep. An exotic dancer with an attitude to match.
Oh my!
And powers to match too.
So yes, this one starts. Yeah, the new Warriors are already breaking into Gene Tech. Cord drops them off in the cod chopper. Kids play nice. Daddy will be back. He'll pick you up in 3 hours.
It's so funny. They break in pretty easily too, but then they're assaulted. They're attacked. It was a trap.
Yep, because they think Firestar's microwave powers get him in undetected. But somehow Marvel Boy's getting attacked, and then Nova gets a whip around the neck.
Yeah, Night Thrasher gets engulfed by this weird energy that makes him relive his parents' death, but he can't remember their faces, and so he's kind of lost. Yeah, and Firestar spaces out completely.
And then Namorita starts getting attacked by like something moving so fast you can't even see it. Yeah, she's all cut up. And then Firestar's pretty much
Mathemanic basically says, I've been allowing the young lady the privilege of experiencing spatial relationships. Mentally, she has become a part of the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Approximately 93 million miles, And so that's basically what happened to Firestar in a nutshell. She's tripping balls.
Yes.
Snoop the doobie.
But it's so because they basically just have her sitting there like in a white like a all white panel. It's basically like there's nothing around. She's
is tapped from out.
Everything.
This woman is mentally tapped out. Yeah.
And then you may ask, where's Speedball? Who shows up late
again?
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, geez, I got to learn how to bounce faster.
Hello. So Ty gives him a tracking unit, and he's like, "Oh, thanks for waiting for me." And the Speedball's like, "They left already?" And she's like, "They've been gone for over an hour."
See you later, Ty. Thanks for waiting.
Now
where the heck am I bouncing to? Long Island?
Long Island. So then back at Gene Tech, they have everyone in a cage.
Yeah. And this dude, Harmon Furmans, introduces himself to the New Warriors. He's the CEO of Gene Tech. And back in the day, he wanted to be Captain America, basically. He tried out for the top secret military project that gave birth to Captain America. But he was rejected because he was a hemophiliac.
So, he got into science. He worked with Howard Stark. He met with Reed Richards. Time and again, the human race developed in wondrous ways all around me, and I continually missed opportunities for myself.
Nova's like, get me some Kleenex. I'm crying up a storm.
I know. The guy's basically like, I'm going to use you guys to build as a foundation, we'll stem a race of superhumans. And Speedball shows up trying to find a way in.
I like how he uses his kinetic force to basically smash open the that vent there. That was pretty cool.
Well, I think he's trying to like squeeze through the duct. He's like, why does this look so easy on TV? And
they're never gonna believe I did this, he says.
But so basically, we're still getting the story about these new superhumans, and then psionics show up, the way of the future.
The way of the future. Yep.
All of our young subjects have had specific portions of their minds enhanced through biochemical, biomechanical, or biosurgical means. So, yes, we get the introductions. Coronary was a medical student who now has the ability to psionically manipulate a person's biometabolic process. Pretty Persuasions was an exotic dancer. She can stimulate the pleasure centers of any individual. She could transform her own erotic impulses into a variety of psionic weapons.
Yikes.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, the possibilities there. Oh.
Something tells me a lot of her weapons are phallic in nature. Although, I don't know, it'd be kind of embarrassing. What happened? I got taken off by a giant boob.
I got waterboarded until I lost unconsciousness.
Oh my. Math Maniac is a genius level student. Thanks to our enhancement, he is now, for one of a easier description, a math telepath.
Math telepath. I love that.
Asylum is a former mental patient. By engulfing someone in her non-corporeal mist, she can turn a target's mind inside out, showing them a disconcerting inner truth or inner lie.
Yeah, I think she's my favorite member of Psionics, yeah.
Yeah, that is a good look.
Yeah.
Last but not least is Impulse. He was a street gang member prone towards violent tendencies. He can now act on his aggressive inclinations with the speed of thought. That doesn't sound good.
He goes, Wally, can I have my allowance now?
So is this the kind of race you want to create? One that terrorizes regular humans? So yeah, the whole fighting's going on there. This whole argument's going on. Then Speedball comes crashing in.
Yeah. And as Impulse leaps at him to try to get him, he accidentally takes out the generators that are containing the rest of the new warriors in the cage.
Speedball, sir. S as in sexy, P as in pectorally per daughter. So yeah, he kills the generators, and then Nova breaks them out of the cage. All right, Grandpa. Then the cops show up, and it wouldn't look good for you. Trespassing, breaking and entering, assault with intent, etc., etc. What are you going to do now? So Night Thrasher just attacks with math maniac. Warriors attacks.
Kicks him right in the face.
So yeah, the Warriors and Psionics fight.
Yeah, Psionics and New Warriors are pretty evenly matched for the most part. It's a pretty. I think if Mathemanic had still been in the fight, if he hadn't been taken out really early on by Night Thrasher, I think they would have had more of a challenge on their hands. But yeah, they're pretty evenly matched for the most part.
Namorita grabs Coronary. He's like, let's see you try to do your thing half a mile in the air. But the news crews are there too and everything. Nova knocks Asylum's mask off.
Night Thrasher clocks Impulse right in the face with one of his sticks. And then my favorite part, Pretty Persuasions comes up. And she goes, pleasure can be pain. Yeah, it can. And it looks like you can handle it. But can you handle me? What do you say? And then Marvel Boy uses his telekinesis to basically have her whip herself.
So
she goes, yes, don't stop! And then she passes out. Let's see how you like having your powers turned against yourself. She likes it a lot, actually.
Seems like it, yeah. I love what she says. Do you think you can handle me? And you see Nova real quietly said, "Well, maybe for a minute."
He was thinking about it. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think I can last a minute. Yeah. So then Namorita and Coronary in the air. She's like, "There's nothing you can do to me. You really think so?" And he uses his powers to attack her. She's like, "No, you idiot!" Because she drops him and basically shatters when he hits the ground.
Yeah, he goes, "That wasn't very bright." No, it wasn't.
Then Night Thrasher really goes wild on Impulse. Basically almost beats him to death.
Yeah, and almost stabs Vermins when he comes along to stop him.
Oh yeah, Vermetz is trying to stop him, and he pulls that Night Thrasher pulls that knife and says, "Hemophiliac, you say?"
Nova has to grab him and hurl him against a wall again.
Yeah.
Will you cut it out with this Berserker Shinola? It's getting really old really fast, he says.
Marvel boy, be a good killing machine, walking killing machine, and I'll let you down.
And they have to leave because of the cops. They don't want to explain all this mess to the police.
Yes. Yeah, because Rosen's basically like, Vermetz's dream is a valid one, but our methods may have strayed a bit. We will be a little more prudent in the future.
Yeah, this is the last we see of Gene Tech or Psionics.
So we see the New Warriors leaving as, they're spotted by a mysterious figure.
As they're flying by, yes, there's a mysterious figure with a lot of cats and a lot of ancient Egyptian iconography in her place. Yeah. Which leads into one of my personal favorite stories of the New Warriors run.
Oh, yeah, isn't that around, 12 or so? Is that where we get, that alternate reality and stuff? Yeah.
Where everything's all Egyptian. Yeah, I think it's 11, 12, 13 maybe, or something like that. Yeah, those 3 issues. But, yeah, that was one of my favorites. I love that story so much.
But, all right, screw you, Russell. This was a great walk down memory lane.
Yes. We love the New Warriors. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you were collecting this regularly when it came out too, right, Phil? I was
kind of off and on. I had holes in my collection. I kind of started filling them in back issues years later. But I mean, I wasn't there every single month. But yeah, I was somewhat reading this. So you were reading this regularly?
Yeah. This was definitely one of my regular ones. Yeah, for really the first 2 years. I think up after issue 25 was when I meandered a little bit. But yeah, those first 2 years I collected it very regularly. And loved it. Yeah.
And you could tell Bagley loved doing New Warriors because the minute he takes over Amazing Spider-Man, first story he does, 2-issue arc with Nova guest starring. Then it goes right into round robin with Nova and Night Thrasher.
Nova and Night Thrasher, yeah. Yeah. He loved drawing Nova and Night Thrasher for sure. And he stayed on the New Warriors for quite a while. I think, what was it, issue 25 that he left? Or
maybe, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so good. And the script by Fabian, always excellent. He always writes a good story.
It was just so funny. What was I going to say? But then eventually, because it's you get different artists, you get different writers eventually, but then they bring in Scarlet Spider. Because it's so weird. Because what was it? The mid-90s, they were trying to they came up with different editorial offices, and some people just got shoved places. Everybody's like, we have a rando here. We're gonna have to give them somebody off. So they gave them to the Spider-Man office, the New Warriors, to the Spider-Man office.
Yep, for about a year or two, the New Warriors were under the Spider-Man banner for some weird reason. Yeah, and they had to have the Scarlet Spider involved. I didn't mind that so much because I liked the Scarlet Spider as a character. I thought he fit, being a member of this team. And the Evan Skolnick years of the New Warriors were good ones. I really liked all the stories. They brought back the Dire Wraiths from ROM. Yeah, it was really cool stuff. And there was a lot more stuff with Xandar and Nova Prime. I really enjoyed the last couple years of the New Warriors. But yeah, it was strange how they lumped them in with the Spider-Man editorial block. I thought that was so weird.
Well, that's all that over the edge stuff where they had the Hulk basically lumped in with all street level characters Daredevil, Punisher, and stuff. It's just,
Ghost Rider. And, that was so weird. I remember that Over the Edge. That was around the same time period, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh yes, very very weird. All right.
But yeah, as a whole, the New Warriors this first run of the New Warriors is classic to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, this set the tone. These set the tone for everything that came after it.
Yeah, and we had some really deep stories that happened. Like we're talking about with Van Sastro and his dad. There's a whole thing with Namorita where she was betrayed by somebody that was trying to get information about the New Warriors, like their families and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple people join the team, like Rage and some people like that. So, yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened over the course of the first 30, 40 issues or so. But even after that, like even after issue number 50, it was still good.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely recommend this to anyone who hasn't read this yet.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, give it a chance, Russell.
That's right, Russell. At least read the issue with the Mad Thinker. I think that he would like that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it all. I think we should definitely return to this next year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Pick up with issue 5. Yeah, that'd be great.
Definitely. All right. But next week, kids, it'll be August already. So we're going to do part 1 of the Terminus Factor.
Yeah, going back to our big crossovers.
Yes, from Captain America Annual 9, Iron Man Annual 11, and Thor Annual 15.
That's right.
And then in 2 weeks, we'll do part 2 of Terminus Factor from Avengers West Coast Annual 5 and Avengers Annual 19.
Things are going to get crazy in the Terminus Factor.
Oh, shut up, Lil. Lil's awake. Ha ha ha. Just for that, Lilith, we're going to make you talk some Azrael. All right.
That's right. That's next.
You try to fight crime on a skateboard, Lilith Hellfire. All right. So, send your thoughts on those upcoming episodes, including our 2 crossover episodes where we'll do Lifeform and the Return of the Defenders with Gamma Charge.
That's right. Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is.
Wait, you fought crime on a skateboard, Lilith Hellfire?
I want to see pics.
Yeah, video or it didn't happen.
That's right.
All right, so send us all your thoughts. CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, see Lilith Hellfire fight crime on a skateboard on our Patreon. Go subscribe now. So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. And again, please, if you can, please help Charlie Esser's family. The GoFundMe link is in our show notes. So once again, the man entertained you for years. So yes, please show your appreciation and help his family. All right, Justin, who shows up here every week. He shows up once a month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast,
and does other podcasts, including the aforementioned Gamma Charge. So where can people find those, Justin?
Well, over on Gamma Charge, you can find us at least 2 to 3 times a month, where we're covering the brand new Hulk series by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein, which is excellent. If you haven't read it, check it out. And also, we have a Patreon with bonus episodes over there as well, so check that out as well if you're not already a member. And we also co-host with our pal Ray, the High Priest of Khonshu himself, a show called Predator and Prey, where we talk about everything to do with Fox's Predator in comics, movies, action figures, video games, and more. And I'm proud to say that my solo podcast project, The Lost Library Legends, will be making its debut this month, July 2023, after a year and a half of waiting. Long time in the production, long time in the making.
Like I said last episode, what's been keeping you preoccupied, Justin?
Giant-sized man thing. Maybe 1 or 2.
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
All good things come through those who wait, Lil says.
Absolutely.
That's what she said.
Scream it!
Just go check out We Are Tonight, kids. All 3 of us are going to be in the same room here in a minute.
That's right. It's a Joker.
Oh, where's the Joker movie nuggets? All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Next, Next week, Terminus Factor Part 1 from the Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor annuals. I love how we get the three solo annuals, then we'll get the 2 Avengers annuals.
Ramping up to a big epic conclusion with the teams.
All right, kids, come back next time, and remember, keep it 90s.